What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Roman Reigns' title reign will never end, a top WWE star calls out Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar goes off script again, Triple H fires back at fans, a major name returning to WWE, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. And now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Roman Reigns' title reign will never end. Now our top story today takes a look at a new report relating to Roman Reigns' extended title reign. Reigns has been Universal Champion for almost 3 years now, and there were initial signs that WWE were going to have Reigns drop his world title to Cody Rhodes at Wrestlemania back in April, but obviously that never transpired. A new report from Fightful Select indicates that names such as Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn and Jey Uso were never seriously considered to end Reigns' historic reign, and that the report also went into detail when it comes to when fans could expect Reigns to actually drop the title. When we were bluntly asked when Roman Reigns will lose the WWE Undisputed World Championship, whenever Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman say it effing ends. So in the event Roman Reigns loses the World Championship, it was said that the two would then have heavy input as to what that would be, whether it be tonight or a year or two down the line. They are consistently looking at every possibility. When they think that it's the very best thing for business, they'll know to switch it up, do it right, and really make someone do it, the higher up indicated. Reigns was successful in his title defense against Jey Uso last night at SummerSlam, and it looks like Reigns is taking time off from WWE as he's currently not advertised for the next block of premium events. In Reigns' absence, WWE will be likely building towards a Jey vs Jimmy Uso showdown, and the Payback event next month seems like a likely destination for the matchup. What are your current thoughts on Reigns' title reign? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, top WWE star makes a bold Roman Reigns claim. A Roman Reigns is the focal point of WWE programming, and his segments and matches tend up to take a huge portion of the show. It was reported a number of weeks ago that time had to be cut from several matches on SmackDown, and this was due to Reigns going way over his allotted time for his segment. Former WWE Champion Sheamus has recently made some interesting comments during an interview with the Daily Mail when it comes to Reigns, and he revealed that guys on the roster are begging for time Reigns receives on the show. Sheamus would also make some controversial statements when it came to Reigns, and even stated that no one cared about him before he turned heel. Yeah, I mean, he has the luxury of wrestling 5 times a year, you know what I mean? That makes a big star. Let's be honest, before he went away with COVID, people didn't give a shit about him. He was a big babyface who was wrestling Goldberg and no one really cared. Sheamus then continued saying, obviously there's the luxury of getting all the storyline time and everything. I feel like he's made the most opportunity he's had, but I feel like there's guys on the roster begging for that amount of time to tell their own stories, and that's one of the only thing that's going on. The rest of the roster needs story time too. With MSG a couple of weeks ago, they went 20 minutes over, so me and Theory had to do 2 segments which ended up turning into 3 small segments on the floor, so that's tough, as well as to go out and do that. It's definitely benefited him a lot and Heyman and the story they have to tell, all within that family and stuff, but as I said, there's plenty of other people on the roster that could do with story time as well. I'm not taking anything away from him, I'm just saying. Next up, Brock Lesnar went off script at SummerSlam. The post-match shenanigans in the Brock Lesnar vs Cody Rhodes match had everyone talking, as Lesnar seemingly turned babyface and hugged the American Nightmare. According to Triple H on the post-SummerSlam press conference, the moment between the two was completely unplanned and unscripted. Triple H mentioned, I know that Cody said he hasn't had time yet to digest the Brock Lesnar moment after the match. Completely unplanned, completely in the moment. And for me, Brock Lesnar is such a unique athlete. But I don't get he gets the credit for being one of the all-time greats at this, right? Unbelievable athlete at the highest of levels, but just talking about sports entertainment, in my opinion, one of the greatest of all time. While some fans on social media criticized the moment, as it made little sense for the two to embrace after this heated rivalry, it was a wholesome end to their rivalry and highlighted that Rhodes is a serious player in WWE. Next up, Triple H fires back at fans. Triple H has been involved in a ton of negativity and criticism surrounding the booking of the SummerSlam match card. Becky Lynch vs Trish Stratus was reportedly cut from the card due to time constraints, and surprisingly, the game would try to address why he made the decision to cut the match at the post-SummerSlam press conference. My take on that is the same as it's always been. I don't see the difference. I see the women in WWE like I look at the men in WWE. They're talented and it's irrelevant to me if they're male or female. I'll put the same amount of thought and process, and I'm just looking for the things that are delivering in the moment. When women main event WrestleMania, they were main event of WrestleMania. We didn't make them anything. If they were the main event, it was because they're main event. Not because, hey, that's pretty good, you guys are women. I think I'll get better press if I put you in the main event. That's cool, right? No, it's not. It's whoever is the most deserving. There's always going to be criticism of what we do. The game also discussed the fact that he left a US title match off the card, meaning that Austin Theory was just another name in the SummerSlam Battle Royal. When you creatively have enough talent and enough storylines that you could do 2 full days of WrestleMania, when you pull back to one show time-wise, it's very clear no matter what your show is, you cannot put everyone on that show. I try to have that conversation with talent all the time, obviously. If you're a talent when the bigger PLEs come around, or what is perceived as the bigger PLEs, that's the show you want to be on. But not everyone can be on that PLE, because when tonight's show, which was now over 4 weeks from now, we're going to be at Backlash. 5 weeks after that, we're going to be at Fastlane. What do you guys make of Triple H's comments? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Triple H addresses Vince McMahon's WWE involvement. Speaking of Triple H's appearance at the post-SummerSlam press conference, one of the topics the game candidly discussed was Vince McMahon. Since WrestleMania 39, it's been reported that McMahon has more involvement in the creative process than WWE are letting on, and the game was quick to address these rumors last night. The reason WWE is what it is, the reason this business, not just WWE, you can make an argument, a very valid one, that without Vince and his vision for the business, maybe it wouldn't be here anymore. There were things at that time back in the day that were very popular. Roller derby, things like that, just disappeared off the face of the planet. The vision of what he did changed the business, changed all of it for 50 years. An incredible run of success, no greater mind than the business. At this point in time, if all of us didn't look in moments of time for counsel from him on thoughts or ideas, or we did have a question to go to him and ask, we'd be silly not to. It's sitting next to someone that's not forgotten about more than this than you'll ever know. To not utilize it in some aspect, is he day to day? No. Is he in it all the time? No. If anybody has, he has earned that right to be able to do that. And finally, a huge WWE star returning to WWE. Exciting news as former NXT Women's Champion Kairi Sane is returning to WWE. PW Insider reports that Sane has agreed to return to the company after 3 years away. They wrote, Kairi Sane has come to terms with WWE to return to the company. We're told that her return will be imminent, possibly as soon as this week. She and Asuka were the Kabuki Warriors together, so the smart money says that could be the direction here. Sane was insanely popular during her initial run, and she's widely regarded as one of the most well-rounded women's wrestlers of all time. Are you guys excited to see her back? Let us know in the comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.